G'day. I'm not in the car today. It's the next day after having gone to Applied Automotive, and looking here at my crankshaft, which I'll start soon. It's all been machined. I guess they did that to get it perfect, get more balance. It's very different to a cast, and like the Applied Engineering said to me, he said to me that if I didn't have a forged crank, he wouldn't recommend I do the build. He said I'd have to turn the power down a lot. So I'm very lucky to have had the HO engine to work with. But I'm just moving transfer cases around, putting the one from here in storage and getting the HD transfer case out. And then I thought, oh, that's great. The HD has a yoke, right? I'm glad it already has a yoke. But then I thought, I wonder if the yokes are the same. That is a huge difference. That is massive difference. The output shaft size. That is enormous. So yeah, this is definitely a HD heavy duty transfer case. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that out of interest, because it interests me. And I'm wondering now if this will fit that, because I don't have this one for there. So cross my fingers. They're interchangeable, otherwise I will have to buy one for there. So, okay, I'm going to do a bit of a cleanup, and then I'm going to pull the engine out. So, transition coming up. Well, this is how far we got last time, and there's no more gearbox or transfer case on the back. She's just hanging there. Next, what I want to do is I want to take off the intake manifold, because I'm not going to use that, well, maybe on this engine, but I want to use this block as a mock-up block, right? I want to use it as a mock-up block. So I want to make it light, because it needs a little bit of work anyway, this engine. It needs new timing chain and gear and that, but it's a good motor, don't get me wrong, it's a good motor, but it needs a bit of help. It's got these massive camshafts in it, and the timing chain's struggling to cope, so I've got a roller chain for it. I may just leave it like this for a while. I'm not in a hurry to fix it up, unless of course one of the other WJs needs a motor. So I'm going to strip a lot of stuff off. It has the older rockers in it, but it has solid lifters, custom camshafts. Yeah, so I'm going to take a lot of stuff off to make it light. I wish I just had a bare block, an old stuffed bare block, but I don't. So I've got this one, and I've got an almost finished rebuilt V8 outside. I should sell one. I should sell one of them, but I'm not really. That's a second-hand motor. I put a new bottom end in. It was running fine, but the bottom end was gone, so I had the crank done and the bearings, and so if I sold it, it'd be as is. So if someone wants to buy that, I had a project on YouTube called The Black Beast, and I I showed, you can see everything I've done to it in that clip. And yeah, so I'll sell that one. I don't need that many V8s. It's not an HO, it's just a normal single plug. So at 99 to 04, 4.7 V8 with a new bottom end. The top end, yeah, I know the bottom end is perfect, but the top end is just a low mileage. I could find out how much, but I'd have to put a battery in the Black Beast, which is now a parts vehicle. The reason it's become a parts vehicle is because my son changed his mind at that time and he wanted to get a Mustang instead, so I thought, well, why do I have to keep paying Reggie on this thing if we're not going to fix it for him? So I thought I'll just use it for parts. So I just have this motor for mocking up, so I just need to strip a lot of weight off it. So before I pull it out, I may as well take the intake manifold off. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll catch you after. Okay, time to pull that engine out. Right, is the lens clean? Yeah, it looks clean. Chain was stuck. Now I've got to feel if the bolts become loose. Car's still going up. Need to catch that gold liquid. I thought I had it all already. And I don't want to miss a drop. Wait for it to drain a bit. That'll do, I guess. Could be that. Hammer. Persuader. Yeah, it's a bit hard to get to tap it. Mm. Mm. No. Definitely not the easiest to get to. Oh, how's that possible? Sitting on something. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going. After this I'll be done for the day. Okay, I got the bolts out. Was a bit of fiddling around, but I got it done. Out you come, 10 years later. You're a pain in the ass. Woo! I think it's 10 years if I look at my channel. When the channel started, this engine is what my channel started with. And now it's continuing pulling it out. I think I've got everything. I think things are easier when you're younger. The myth, the legend. 400 horsepower. 408 horsepower of grunt with a stretch timing chain. Huh? Been through a lot, haven't we, old girl? To show you the heat shield, I put a heat shield in it. See? stop the heat getting to the intake manifold. And also I also put insulating tape on the manifold itself, which held up really well. I'm surprised how well. See? It's still all there. So this manifold never really got hot at all. Maybe a little bit warm. A bit warm maybe, but that's about it. So I'm really pleased with that tape. I just put it on as a last minute thing. I had that tape. I thought I'll put it on. I've already got a heat shield, but you know, oh, the lens looks dirty. I hope it wasn't like that all the time. Hope that's better, is it? I can't hear you. So yeah, I put tape over the intake manifold, so no crap will go in there. Some duct tape. Put duct tape on them ducts. Broken clips probably from the injectors. But yeah, that I'll probably reuse that. I may reuse that. But the next one is doesn't have that. It's hollow. It's coming next week. It's just a cheap one because I need to work out how to modify it so it doesn't have to be fancy. So I'm gonna have to buy stuff on the cheap now because it's my spending on this is getting out of hand. So that's why I'm selling stuff. I've got fuel pressure regulators, I've got fuel pump, Hemi starter motor that didn't work out for this, that was brand new. So I'll probably put them on Facebook, probably Marketplace, over the weekend to recoup some funds that I've spent. Yeah. So yes, it's heavy. For a little girl, she's quite heavy. But yeah, that was new. This wasn't new, and yeah, it's not far of going. That one's alright. I may replace that one, but this one's got a bit of play in it. That's not good. I wouldn't reuse that. So, is there any oil leaks on the rocker covers? Yeah, see? These always leak around here because of the rockers. The old rockers had massive weep holes and they let so much oil pressure out that it actually fills the rocker covers with oil under pressure. There's more oil up here that can drain back down to the sump. So as soon as the gasket gets a little bit hard from age, it'll start leaking. So I never smelt it burning. It has started to burn on the exhaust manifold. See the blackness? See, that's clean surface. And because the engine is on a slight angle, it's always at the bottom, at the back. So yeah. Yeah. And looks like this one's weeping. So if you get a chance, always upgrade the rockers to the new model with the small weeping holes. Now the Mellings that I have small weeping holes. Very important. It also keeps the oil pressure up in the rest of your engine because so much oil pressure is lost through the rockers. That's all I'm going to do today. About an hour, maybe 2 hours I've done. And then I need a good, this needs a really good clean. The wiring needs to be, I'm not sure yet how far I go with the wiring, but this place needs a scrub and clean, man. I'll probably get rid of that filthy old cotton, you know, insulated noise deadening mat and just use some stick-on modern stuff. That stuff's just all falling apart. But I wish I could paint it, you know, but we'll see how far we go with it. But yeah, I kind of wish I could paint the engine bay, because the outside of the car will probably change colour eventually with a wrap. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, in the long scheme of things. And I guess I was thinking black, but black shows up the dirt quite a lot. So yeah. Yeah, so if anybody needs any of those bits that I was talking about, if you need a transmission, second-hand transmission or anything like that, I'm your man. Like I said, this transmission, this one right here, has a shift kit in it. We'll have to plug that hole up. I'll just do this for now. Yeah, and I've also got a Recon mild torque converter to go with it. So if you need one, let me know. Like I said, I've got some other stuff. I've got a 300C starter motor. I've got a Turbo Smart fuel pressure regulator, and just a smaller one, and also a Aeroflow, I think it is, fuel pump that can go. And like I said, that engine on the stand up there, that can go. I just need to put the oil pickup and sump on. Yeah, so that'll go probably quite reasonable price, not cheap. It's got a brand new bottom end. The crank's been professionally ground, and it's got new bearings and seals and everything in the bottom. I believe I put new timing gear in it. I'd have to double check that, but I think so. So yeah, because I've gone over budget a bit. Clean number one, the pre-clean, and then look at that, it blows all the switches off. All these plugs, those ones should be okay, the coil, but the injector plugs, they're all going to get replaced. So yeah, I should really clean this up. I don't know. I'll go and have a talk to Tristan at WTF or Quick Shift on YouTube, what he would do in this case. But yeah, just let it drip and then I'll put her back inside. I think the next one will be like a hand wash, I think. So yes, so there we go. I've got to set up a jig for the crankshaft, because I want to be able to spin it smoothly. I'm going to get rid of all the rough surfaces, right, and get rid of all the casting points like this. Imagine that spinning at 8,000 RPM, which is hopefully my red line, at least 8,000. That creates wind in the sun. You know, even these little lumps on here, casting marks, they're all got to come off, right? And I'm going to put leading edges on here so it cuts through the air better. I mean, look at the size of this thing. I should probably take that off and clean it up. That's huge. That's where the molten, no, it's not molten metal, because it's forged. So does that have to be there? He did say that in the past he's had some people who've done their own crankshafts and they've messed them up so bad that he cannot balance it. I don't want to do that. So I talked to him about it, and hopefully that is all good. But this is extremely big, but it doesn't look like it should be there. You can tell it's not cast iron. That's a very different surface to cast iron. The factory already did some balancing and cleaning up, because there's quite a bit of grinding on here, quite a few nice shiny surfaces already, so there's not that much to do. And as you can see, maybe, yeah, this is quite big too, and it's on the opposite side of this one. So if I remove this one and this one, that should counteract, because they're at 180 degrees of each other. So if I remove this one, I probably need to remove some of this one anyway. Yes, so that'll be one of the next jobs I'll be doing. Now sadly, not sadly, first time in 7 years now. How old was Kimberly? She's just tiny. We're going on a holiday in December and we're coming back on Friday. So so about a month from now, there won't be any more uploads about the work on this. I will upload though interesting cars and things that I see during the holiday, and possibly one of my bike rides, motorbike rides, and a few bits and pieces like that. And if I get enough views on those, then you know, I'll keep doing them. If there's no interest, then I'll stop them. So I'm sorry to say, the channel is going to be fairly quiet when it comes to the Jeep build from December to the beginning of February. So two months. But then everyone's quiet over those times anyway. So, but yeah. So, just thought I'd let you know that. All right. So I've been cleaning up today, as you can see, and it's daylight now. I think it was dark when I pulled that out, I think yesterday. What I want to do is get a scale. I want to get a scale, and then I want to take off the torque converter, right? I want to take the torque converter off with the flex plate, and I want to weigh it and then compare it to the weight of the flywheel and clutch, just to see which is heavier, out of curiosity, because that weight in turn hinders or improves the response of the accelerator. The lighter the drivetrain, the flywheel is, and the crankshaft, the quicker it will spin up. And the same goes with the rods and pistons. The lighter they are, the easier the engine revs. So interesting to see, because I know those are quite heavy. Those are very, very heavy, right? So because they are so heavy, I don't know which is heavier, the clutch and flywheel or the torque converter full of oil and the flex plate. I'll have to look up how much oil goes in those. Are they completely full when it's running? Let me know in the comments if you already know. It saved me looking it up. If they're completely full, I'll make sure it's completely full when I weigh it, because all of that makes a difference. Because if it's not completely full, that would cause vibration at low RPM, because the oil would be in the bottom, right, and it'd be air at the top and it'd be sloshing around in there. So I'm pretty sure that's always full, but I'm just double checking with you to see if you know. I've brought the HD transfer case up here and see how I go about putting a universal joint on this end, which will be quite interesting. And for that I will pull the adapter plate off the other transfer case, of the other transmission, to be able to see if I can make it a bit better. But the other adapter plate also has a transmission mount on it, so that will help as well with the mounting of the transfer cases, having that as a, yeah, as a mount, because there isn't no other mount. So yeah, so I'm definitely going to use that. Where is that? Is that it's on the gearbox, which I've put away. It's on the gearbox at the back of it, so I'll just leave it on there for now. I'm not going to pull that out to show you, but if you remember me pulling it out. Yeah, there's another thing I wanted to show you on the WJ, which surprised me a lot, but I'll leave that for future upload when I got it up on the hoist so I can show you. It's a real, like, maybe one of you guys, one of you like through and through WJ fans knows the answer why. It's a mod to the body that the factory's done, but I'll leave that for a future upload and see if you know, because honestly, man, that would have been if they had done that. Okay, we'll add that to the removing of the engine, and I'll call that a clip. Cut. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the new subscribers. I appreciate you being there, and please share and like my stuff. I much appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you here, hopefully in a few days, health allowing. Catch you later.